Have you heard what the former Team USA coach Dawn Staley said about Caitlin Clark? She finally admitted that Caitlin Clark's Olympic rejection was probably, or you could say definitely, a mistake. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel WNBA Highlights, where we talk all about Caitlin Clark and the WNBA. Join us as we explore the regret of Team USA for not selecting the rising star Caitlin Clark for the 2024 Olympics and the person responsible for not including her. But before starting the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and press the notification bell. So, let's get started. As you all know, the 2024 Paris Olympics have started, and Team USA was not fortunate enough to have a talented player like Caitlin Clark on their team. Can you believe that the team, which is basically a gold medal factory, played against Japan and received the smallest crowd of the 6 opening games? Yes, only 13,040 people showed up to watch the American force. We can definitely say that this was due to the absence of Caitlin Clark, because she is the reason why the WNBA started to shine again. When Caitlin Clark was initially left off the roster, there was a lot of outrage about the missed opportunity to elevate women's basketball on a worldwide scale. The assumption was that publicizing Clark would have increased TV numbers, sponsorships, and overall interest in the game. The low attendance for USA games at the Olympics has only strengthened this point. If Clark had been there, the numbers would have been significantly larger. Even the few fans who showed up had placards for Clark. Now, this is something I enjoyed the most. So, Team USA made a very big mistake, and since they are not lucky enough to undo the decision, they are now admitting that they regret snubbing Caitlin Clark. And guess what? We have official confirmation of the regret now. South Carolina head coach Dawn Staley, a crucial member of the American women's basketball national team selection committee, had a short interview with Mike Tirico from NBC Sports during the Olympics on Sunday. And as this question was spreading everywhere, Tirico didn't hold back in asking Staley about Caitlin Clark's rejection by Team USA. Staley, with her 2 national championships, was refreshingly truthful. If we had to do it all over again, the way that she's playing, she would be in really high consideration of making the team because she is playing head and shoulders above a lot of people. I really like the fact that Staley supports Caitlin Clark so much and how fairly she said what is the truth. Staley also admitted that when the Olympic squad was finalized on June 11th, Clark wasn't playing at the great level she achieved later. And Dawn Staley is not wrong. Caitlin Clark was perhaps the finest player in the WNBA in July, averaging an incredible 20.3 points and 14.6 assists per game. Those figures are completely unbelievable. She's been on a tear since USA Basketball passed her over. Fever coach Christy Sides was not kidding when she stated Clark warned her that USA Basketball woke up a monster by not selecting her. Check out Clark's stats before and after the announcement. Clark has been on a roll since June 13th, averaging 17.9 points, 10.4 assists, 6.7 rebounds, and 1.5 steals per game. She has also scored 7 double-doubles. She's shooting .434, .324, .85 during this time, and the Fever have won 8 of their previous 13 games. Clark has been on a revenge mission in her first season, outperforming several WNBA players from the United States. She's defeated legends like Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner, and Kaya Cooper, and the Fever has beaten them twice. Clark had 20 points and 13 assists in one game and came close to a triple-double in another. She led the Fever to win over Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, and the Liberty by recording a triple-double of 19 points, 13 assists, and 12 rebounds. Oh, and let's not forget how Clark and her WNBA squad defeated the USA basketball team at All-Star Weekend. It was incredible. Caitlin Clark has defeated the best of the best several times, and there's no disputing it. She's already one of the finest players in the WNBA. She is clearly the finest passer, and it won't be long until she becomes the best shooter as well. Now, it's worth noting that the USA's roster was decided prior to Caitlin Clark's tremendous run, and she's clearly improved since then. But there is something doubtful. Every other country waited until July to reveal its teams. The United States jumped the gun and made their selections in early June, well ahead of the competition. Doesn't it seem odd? If you're selecting a squad based on the current WNBA season, why hurry it when players haven't even had a complete season to showcase their abilities? Why on earth would someone not wait to see who's truly on fire before making their final decision? So, all this develops the question, who is really behind Clark's exclusion? The person who is thought to be responsible for Clark's exclusion is none other than Cheryl Reeve, American basketball head coach. She's someone who is definitely upset that Caitlin Clark is taking up so much attention. Earlier this season, she criticized the WNBA for focusing too much on Clark while undervaluing other league pass games. When asked about the situation, she has given some quite frank replies, but this is not the only place where she has made comments against Caitlin Clark. Before the Fever's game against the Lynx, she was asked about Clark's selection and responded, "Why on earth would I comment on a national team issue? I'm here with the Lynx and heading up the national team, but I'm not running the committee. Anyone got something else to discuss?" And that's not all. Later, after Clark broke the rookie record for most assists in the WNBA All-Star Game, Cheryl Reeve was asked if she regretted not including Clark on the Olympic team. Do you know what she replied? "From me, no." And when asked about people in Paris supporting other teams since Clark was passed over, she simply replied, "I don't give two shits." Now, I understand that it is true that with greatness comes jealousy, but this is something different. When a media-savvy coach is asked these kinds of questions, they typically develop a PR-friendly response. They may express some support and gratitude for the player, recognize their talent, and then confidently defend their decision. But Cheryl Reeve adopted a different approach. It's as if she ignored the question, as if it didn't need an answer, all while avoiding accountability for her actions. But what's even more annoying is the attempt to persuade fans that the decision was justified as Caitlin Clark is a rookie, despite the fact that exceptions had previously been made. Historically, USA Basketball has selected college athletes on both the men's and women's sides, including Christian Lettner, Emeka Okafor, and Anthony Davis. For example, Diana Taurasi was chosen for Team USA during her junior year at UConn, and Breanna Stewart was chosen for the 2016 Olympics before her WNBA career even began, ahead of WNBA MVP Nneka Ogwumike, who was a regular with Team USA. Choosing Bono over Nneka in 2016 would be equivalent to choosing Caitlin Clark over A'ja Wilson now. If USA Basketball can justify selecting a college player above the league's top players, there's no reason they couldn't have named Caitlin Clark, the standout collegiate star, all-star, and most popular women's basketball player of all time, to the team. So what's the true issue? It appears like Cheryl Reeve and others may be jealous of Clark. She has accomplished what many have sought for years simply by being herself and excelling at basketball. Let's be honest, that clearly raises some feathers in the WNBA. So, ultimately bringing Caitlin Clark to Paris would not have harmed Team USA's chances of winning gold, even if she hadn't been on fire like she is today. But, given her present level of play, skipping her seems ridiculous. Team USA puts themselves under unnecessary pressure by not picking Clark. She has been a game-changer for the WNBA and women's basketball, generating record-breaking viewership and attendance. Now, look, if Team USA does not win the gold medal, the criticism will be overwhelming. But as you know, even the darkest periods can lead to something useful or positive. So being missed could really be a benefit for Clark. She's been on a basketball grind since the beginning of her senior year at Iowa, all the way to the WNBA, and she hasn't stopped since. But now, for the first time in forever, she has the opportunity to reset, recharge, concentrate, and work on her game. By the conclusion of the season, I believe she might be the WNBA's undisputed top point guard. And let me tell you, if Team USA loses, it will sting even more in the past, because her rookie stats will be a significant mismatch with the rest of the team's players. Do you think that by the 2028 Olympics, Clark might be the all-time WNBA assists leader? Who do you think is responsible for not including Clark in the team? Let us know your precious thoughts in the comment section below and give this video a big thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that you can be the first to watch our videos.